have a child who is in the 7th grade and a child who is in 3rd grade who have both been here throughout their entire education. And in the 4 years difference between my two children, I can see exactly how the curriculum has changed, how the teachers have changed, and how the sort of engagement that my children can have with STEAM education has changed. It's very much grown and developed.
I have seen STEAM grow curriculum-wise and actually then translate into student work from kindergarten through 8th grade. For many of our staff members, they've experienced exponential growth, and it's happened really fast. Like the type of growth that may not ever come along for a faculty member. I've worked in many different buildings and with many staffs at this point, and I think some of the growth that I've seen in our staff in the last couple of years is kind of astounding when you step back from it.
So the most impactful professional developments that I have attended were Woodruff Art Center. I think that one provided me with lots of ideas on how to use art in the classroom. So I went to a puppet making session and I learned how to do puppet. And so we made puppets in the classroom for my ecology unit. There was one class where we just took my content and just did art with it. I think the STEAM trip really opened up my eyes to things that it made me more conscious of what I'm doing in the classroom. So I'm more thoughtful when I'm planning my lessons.
The STEAM on Tap trip in Seattle really gave me a new lens to look at cities with and education in general, and even really all of life. And I find myself, as I travel, is one of my favorite things to do, just looking at things a lot differently and trying to think about how can I bring that back into my classroom.
I think going to the conferences, both NAEA and ISTE, they have helped me with connecting with teachers throughout the school. We have 2 different campuses, so connecting the elementary campus to the teachers at the junior academy and senior academy, and giving us a common language and a common experience to help put into practice some of the exciting things we learn at all of the conferences.
Most beneficial professional development as far as the STEAM cohort goes has definitely been the opportunity for us to learn coding, because once I learned it, I was able to bring it back to my 3rd grade classroom and do a collaboration with Catherine Muller, and we became, our 3rd graders were able to make these environmental heroes in analog and digital, and then we were selected to go present at MIT.
I think the most impactful was the very first thing that we did, which was come together. The first year that I was in, we came together and we went to a studio called Big Bang, and we learned about how they thought about ideas, how they went through the process of identifying a problem and developing a solution to that problem. And it was just so good to see the way that people approach problems in the real world outside of a classroom.
I really benefited from the Scratch coding professional development. With my kindergartners, I use Scratch almost daily. They use Scratch Junior on the iPads, and they also use Scratch, the main Scratch programming, to code their final projects in our 3rd quarter PBL unit.
I am not an official member of the STEAM cohort, but I have benefited from different professional development and sessions offered for the entire school and staff at Drew. I really loved the different sessions I attended. They enriched my professional career. They gave me new ideas to how to incorporate STEAM and make it into my teaching, and I was able to revalue and redesign the entire foreign language curriculum. It was so meaningful to me that I pursued different grants in order to get money to participate in the different trips and excursions, and I was able to visit different places and bring innovation back to my classroom.
When I started in this role, STEAM was definitely happening in the enrichment classes. Arts were strong. People were focused on providing high caliber experience in engineering, in the robotics realm, and in technology. What wasn't happening as well is that the subjects were not integrated and felt very siloed in the rest of a student's day. So I have seen the student experience become one of where projects are, the subjects within a project are more integrated.
I've had a lot of opportunities through the Goizueta Grant to really make relationships with other teachers in our building, and instead of just passing them in the hall, we've had the opportunity to actually get together and make plans for me to push into their classrooms so that I can become a resource.
Being part of the STEAM cohort has helped me in collaboration with my coworkers. It has given us something that we all are kind of working on at the same time. The things that we do within the cohort kind of push us to have something in common to talk about, to work on. Normally we would maybe kind of talk in passing or in the break room, but now the conversations are a lot more focused.
Going and being with a group of people every week or every other week for an entire semester or an entire year, I think. Doing it every single month, twice a month, being with people who wanted to learn and wanted to grow and cared about a different type of teaching really developed this sense of community that kept me at Drew.
The STEAM education that we get at Drew is the primary reason why my children attend this school. We came to Drew because of the quality of education. We knew that going in and had high expectations. But the way that the program has grown and become such a central part of Drew over the past 7 years is important not only to their education, which obviously is what brought us here, but to my children's own personal development.